Hey guys, welcome back to another quick tutorial that I've got today. Here is my latest page, just finished, which is from Momo Girl. I'm not sure if this is Girls with Poem or Girls with Music. It's one of the green cover. But I was going to show you quickly how I did these daffodils on this page, because over here is the next one. I haven't done this bit, I'm not convinced I will, but I thought I'd show you how I did the daffodils, which I did in Luminance pencils. So we'll get straight to it. So I'm starting off with Primrose. Will do, I think. Let's take a look. I think this daffodil looks a good one here. The first thing I'm going to do is base everything in Primrose, including the trumpet. I go straight on over. Just a light layer. As I always do, just to get that first bit of colour down. When I was thinking of doing these daffodils, I just went straight out of my garden to look at real ones, because I have daffodils growing in my garden, so I could take a look at them, which is really nice. Okay, next up is medium cadmium yellow, and this is from the new set of Portrait Luminance. This is one of the new colours. It's a really nice yellow, it's lovely and warm and bright. So I'm going to sort of put in the shape of the petal. I'm not going to go right to the tip. I'm coming from the base about 3/4 up. This one here will be darker as it's shaded with the trumpet, as will this one. And this one will be shaded up here where the petal curls over. Okay, now I mainly use Luminance, but I do throw in some Prismacolors. This is bronze. I think you could use, instead of bronze, you could use something like brown ochre 50%. I just found this was a bit deeper. I always mix my pencils, so this is to suggest a bit of shadow at the bottom of the petal. When I was looking at daffodils, they don't have huge contrast. There is some shadow. Yellow generally as a colour doesn't have that much contrast. If you want to shade yellow, you do need to use sort of warm browns. French greys are excellent as well for shading petal, for shading yellow. You want that warmth, but you don't want anything too dark. So I'm just suggesting shadows basically at the base of the petal where it meets the trumpet, or here because the petal is curling over a bit at the tip. Or here, you know, here there'll be shadows because the trumpet is directly in front of the petal. Alright, I'm going to blend that out with Goldenrod. Just to warm up this brown a bit, give it a bit of an orange tone. Considering I'm not really a flower colourist that much, all I seem to be colouring at the moment is flowers. I think it's because spring is coming and starting to see the blossoms now come in the garden. I think it's just what I want to colour. Oops. Okay. Now I've got golden bismuth yellow. And this is to transition from the shadow colours into more of this brighter yellow. Paper here is quite smooth, so that's why I'm getting a bit of dust. Right, back to the medium cadmium yellow. And that's to blend everything out. Again, I'm not going to go right to the tip. I'm going to come back in with the primrose after I blended this. If the petal's completely in shadow, then you wouldn't leave that tip. But these petals will have light on them, so you want a bit of a lighter area for that highlight. Primrose. I'll put some along here as well. Okay. Now this colour is going to be slightly surprising. I've got Sepia from the Prismacolor, and very, very lightly I'm just going to add a bit where the petal meets the bottom of the petal, where it meets the trumpet. You want to be very light. If you want to do this completely in luminance, don't use the sepia luminance, that's too dark. You'd have to use Cassel Earth, but because Cassel Earth is a bit crumbly and doesn't stick that well to paper, that's why I picked up the sepia. It's just to add a tiny bit of contrast. There we go. Again, I don't want anything too dark. Okay, let's move on to the trumpet then. We're going to start with Spanish orange. Just going to put a base of this down. In the luminance, there isn't sort of a deep yellow orange. You've got the oranges and then you've got the yellows. You haven't got quite anything in between yet, which is why I'm jumping between Prismacolor and Luminance. Then we're going to go with the orange Luminance. So I'm going to leave on the trumpet itself, it's going to be a line here and here, bottom on top for light and reflected light. I'm not going to go into orange there. As for in here itself, deep here, where the stamens are, is going to be in shadow. But as you move up, all of this will be in light. Okay, now I've got sepia again. And now I'm going to put in some lines because daffodil trumpets are crinkled basically. They've got, they're not smooth, they've got these ridges. Just going to suggest, I know it looks very, very dark at the moment, but once we put in some dark oranges and blend it, it will be fine. Darks often look too dark until you blend them. Next up is pumpkin orange, which I'm going to blend out sepia with. Again, I'm not coming all the way out to the tip, yeah, because I want there to be a highlight. Adding a little bit on the sort of top fold here to suggest some texture, some shape. Okay. Back in with the orange. Now, you don't actually have to do the trumpets orange at all. Daffodils come in a range. There's a huge range of the Narcissus species. You could totally do it yellow, using the exact same combo as for the petals. I did orange because I wanted there to be contrast. And this is the type I've got growing in my garden. And also because when I was doing the girl, I knew I wanted orange on her, so I put orange on the daffodils to balance the page. Okay, back in with the Spanish orange. And that's going to blend out the highlights. As for the pollen, I'm just going to come in with some of the golden bismuth. You can also use yellow posca to really bring this out, which I did on the others. Okay, whilst we're here, I'm also going to show how I colour the stem. We're going to start with olive yellow. Bring this down a bit so you can see. I'll do this leaf here so you can see a leaf done as well. Right, so light layer of the olive yellow. Then we've got moss green. This is a really nice combo for a warm but not excessively bright green. Shadow colour is olive brown, which is a green brown, so it doesn't look too strange. Come back in a bit with moss green, blend, then the olive yellow to bring it all together. Right, you can also, if you want to, because this is what I did on this side, because there's so many stems and leaves, if you want variation to make it more interesting, you can add the medium cadmium yellow to parts, so you can make it warmer, or you can add light cobalt blue, and that will just make the petal seem, not the petal, what am I talking about? That will make the leaf seem just a bit cooler, and if you're doing a blue sky like I did, it will make it look like sort of a reflection of the light. And that is how I did it. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, remember to give the video a thumbs up, and hopefully I'll see you in another tutorial soon. Thanks.